Hello, lovelies. Hadia from Hadia's Lebanese Cuisine here. Halawet El Jibn rolls are so fun to make and are absolutely delicious. A dense, stretchy cheese semolina dough that envelops a milky, clotted cream-like filling that we call in Arabic Ashta, and drizzled with sugar syrup flavored with orange blossom water. A unique Lebanese and Syrian dessert that reflects the pure refined art of our cuisine in terms of presentation and taste. Halawat al-Jibn is elegant, sophisticated, and an utterly gourmet dessert. And now let's start making the Ashta. It's the Middle Eastern version of clotted cream. Taste the milk, heavy cream, cornstarch, and mastic in a saucepan over medium heat. Whisk constantly to avoid scorching. Once the liquid comes to a boil, the mixture will begin to work as thickening magic. It should totally thicken. Set aside, cover with a piece of parchment paper to prevent the skin from forming on top, and leave to cool down completely. And now let's make the sugar syrup. Place the sugar, water, and lemon juice in a saucepan over medium heat. Stir the mixture with a wooden spoon to dissolve the sugar. Once it boils, reduce heat to low and simmer for 7 minutes. Do not cover the saucepan. And for a floral taste, drizzle with orange blossom water and simmer for 1 more minute. Set aside to completely cool down. And now let's make the big deal here, the semolina-cheese dough. Add sugar, fine semolina, which is called farina, to crushed mastic, and water to a medium saucepan, and whisk them together over medium-high heat. Whisk constantly until the mixture totally thickens. Now here, reduce heat to low. Add the shredded mozzarella cheese and stir vigorously with a wooden spoon or spatula until the cheese is incorporated. Whisk constantly so you end up with a uniform dough. Now look, this happens so fast. Remove from heat and keep it aside just until the dough is cool enough to handle. Divide it to 2 equal balls. Now here work with one of the halves. Place 2 equal sized sheets of parchment paper underneath and above the dough, making a kind of a dough sandwich. Then roll out with your rolling pin, keeping the dough sandwich between the 2 parchment sheets. Roll the dough as even as you can to create a rectangular shape. It's about, let's say, ½ inch thick, but avoid thinning, otherwise the dough will poke. Remove the top of piece of parchment. Cut the dough to a uniform rectangle, and the dough doesn't have to be a truly perfect rectangle. Trim the excess dough and set aside. But please, it would be a crime to throw away those trimmed pieces. Eat them later with some ashta and sugar syrup. Now, using a pastry bag with a large coupler, apply a firm pressure of a pipeline of the filling close to the edge of the dough lengthwise, starting at the end closest to you. Carefully lift up the edge of the parchment to bring the innermost edge of the semolina cheese dough up over the filling, using the parchment to encourage the roll to take on to a circular shape until the filling is totally sealed and the seam sides down. Then delicately, with a pizza cutter or a sharp knife, slice off the log from the rest of the dough and pipe the filling in the same manner with the remaining part of the semolina cheese dough. Repeat with the second dough. Using a sharp knife, cut into equal mini morsels about 1.5 inches long. Transfer to a pretty platter. Garnish each morsel with jam rose petals or crushed pistachios. Find the full recipe with extra tips on how this Lebanese cuisine. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Give me a thumbs up and follow if you like our videos. I would really appreciate your support. Thank you so much and see you in a coming video.